Hi guys, it's Rachel. So today I'm here with a video about Accutane. So I get so many questions, comments, and views on my videos about Accutane that I wanted to kind of make an update video, but also make an FAQ video to address all the questions that I get so often and haven't been able to respond to. So this is really a great overview if you're interested in learning more about Accutane. I'm going to try to answer all the questions that obviously are frequently asked about Accutane and take you guys through my experience a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I want to be totally honest with you guys, is to take off my face makeup so you guys can get a really good sense of what my skin looks like post Accutane. So that's what I'm going to do. So definitely put this video in HD so you guys can really see my skin. Alright, so as I said, there's all my face makeup. Okay, so I definitely have a list of questions here, so I'm going to be looking off of it because there's a lot of questions and I don't want to miss any. So I wrote them all down. They're basically copy and pasted off of my YouTube channels, and they have all the questions that you guys may have asked. So let's get started. So question 1. What are the main side effects of Accutane? When did they start? When did they end? Basically, I'm just going to go over all the side effects. So for me, when I went on Accutane, my main side effects were dry lips, dry skin. I did experience some mild eczema on my arms and chest, but that was the extent of my personal side effects. Now I'm going to go into what the side effects of Accutane are, and I don't think I have a full list, so if you want a full list, I will link a article down below that has all of them, but I'm just going to go over some of the most common side effects. So obviously dry lips, dry skin are the most common side effects, but other people also have reported experiencing joint pain, back pain, depression is considered a side effect. I'm trying to think. Irritability, hair loss, sleepiness. Some people experience a lot of redness. So those are kind of the most common side effects of Accutane. So for me, when did they start and when did they end? They started basically within the first week. I started experiencing drier lips and drier skin, which is pretty normal. And that was when, so I'm going to go into what all my dosages were, but at the beginning it was not so bad, but when they increased my dosage, it got very bad. So my lips were very, very dry. They didn't crack back too much, but there was a lot of cracking in the lips. And then I also had dry skin all over my face, and also my scalp was very dry, which I actually considered a positive side effect because honestly, I was washing my hair once every 9 to 10 days. That's just me. But I did not experience any hair loss whatsoever. But when the dosage went higher, everything got a lot worse. And I also did experience some mild eczema on my arms and on my chest. And at the end of this video, I'm going to include some photos and you guys will see what the eczema looked like. It was, to me, kind of one of the side effects I liked that was the worst because it was really raw, and even after the dryness, was treated, it still left some white marks where it had been, and those took a long time to kind of go back to normal. So next question, did you suffer any additional side effects? So I kind of went over that. No, my main side effects, dry lips, dry skin, and mild eczema. Okay. What is the process of getting on the drug? What was my process? And what is iPledge? So the process of getting on Accutane is very difficult. It is not easy. And there are reasons, because it is a very serious drug. So the process of getting on it for me, I spoke to my dermatologist that I've had for many years, and they decided that it was best for me to go on Accutane. So I had to decide whether or not that was the best decision for me. And honestly, how I came about was I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I asked anyone I knew that had been on Accutane, and I tried to get a good feel for what the truth was behind the drug. So I went to my doctor, and once I said I would like to do Accutane, then I had to take a pregnancy test, wait an entire month, and take another pregnancy test to ensure that I wasn't pregnant. So that gets into I pledge. So if you are a girl taking Accutane, there are a lot of complicated steps because because Accutane, the other very serious side effect is extreme birth defects. So if you got pregnant on this drug, you can't. It's very, very bad. So I'm obviously not a doctor. I don't know exactly what would happen, but you cannot get pregnant while you are on this medication. You will have very serious birth defects. So I Pledge is a program that was created, I believe, by the government, by the FDA, to make sure that women do not get pregnant while on this drug. So you have to prove that you are using 2 forms of contraception. So, for example, you would say barrier method and oral contraception. So you have to state 2 forms of birth control that you will be using, and you can get a free consultation for example, the birth control pill if you are on Accutane, because it is so important. So I Pledge is a program online. Every month you have to answer questions. There's little quizzes to make sure that you understand basically how to not get pregnant. So that's what I Pledge is. What did you try using before Accutane? So I feel like I tried so many different things. I tried basically every topical you could think of. I was on Proactive. I tried Clean and Clear. I tried Clinique. I tried a lot of different systems to treat acne. And then once that did not work, I tried doxycycline. So doxycycline is an antibiotic, and I had very bad side effects to doxycycline. It made my stomach feel pretty bad, and I also had a very rare side effect called burning hand disorder, which was my hands got very lightly sunburned, and basically they felt like they were on fire. So I've talked about this a little bit, but that's just a brief overview of what I was on before Accutane. So I'm going to go over now my Accutane story. So I started in September 2011. I was on 40 milligrams a day, and so I just took 1 pill once a day, and I had a very, very bad initial breakout. So that's one of the other questions I'm going to address now. So I had a very bad initial breakout. You'll see it in the photos at the end of this video. I was broken out more than I'd ever been broken out. My skin was very red just during the initial breakout, but it was not a fun experience, let me tell you. It was the worst my acne had ever looked. So I was on 40 milligrams for about 3 months, and I wasn't seeing huge improvements. So my doctor, because I wasn't having any negative reactions, my blood work was all perfectly fine, they actually bumped me up to 30 milligrams twice a day, which was 60 milligrams a day. So that's when I started experiencing worsening in the side effects, but that's when the real results started to come through. So I ended Accutane in February of 2012. So I guess now it's been 7 months since I've been off, and I guess you guys can see a little bit of the results, and it's been phenomenal. So that goes into the next question, which was, does your skin return to its normal condition after Accutane? So for me, mostly. I had combination skin before I started Accutane, and now I have combination skin again. It's a little bit different of a combination. I feel like I am less oily overall, but I still get more oily in my T-zone and no oil in my cheeks. So, do you have to use contraception? Yes, you have to use contraception when you're on Accutane. Even if you state one of your methods of contraception is abstinence, you still have to have a backup form of protection. So that answers that question. Does Accutane help with body acne? The answer is yes. I did not have body acne, so I am not answering this question from my own experience, but it is listed as definitely that's something that Accutane will help with. So I feel comfortable in saying yes, that Accutane will help with body acne. Did your face flake when on Accutane, or did it peel? It peeled only really during the initial breakout. Overall, it wasn't peeling a lot, and I was using a lot of very hydrating products to kind of stop that. So that's something that's very important, and I'll go over that. Did you see any changes in acne scarring while on Accutane? No. The thing about Accutane is that it really does solve the issue of acne, but my doctor told me that you would not see a significant change in acne scarring until you ended the drug. And I feel like that's definitely true. Having gone through the whole process, I feel like I had no changes in my acne scarring, but after I got off of it, I already started seeing some positive results with reduction in acne scarring, and I was also using a lot of acne scarring products, which you want to wait to use till after you're done with Accutane. What products do you recommend while on Accutane? So I talked about this a little bit in one of my other videos, which is I'll link down below, which was me while I was using it, what exactly I was using. Some of the products include Clarins Multi-Active Night. I was using Mario Badescu Moisture Magnet. Basically, anything you can find that helps retain the moisture in your skin is what you need. A lot of people use Aquaphor. I didn't personally use Aquaphor, but I used EOS lip balm. I used any lip balm I could find. Just slather it on. Have you had any acne since getting off Accutane? The answer is really no. I have not had any acne. I have had one or two pimples in 7 months, so I almost want to say no, because they have been extremely, extremely small, and they last about 2 days maximum without me treating them. And so it's crazy. I just cannot stress how much of a difference Accutane makes in your skin. I don't have acne. I don't think about acne anymore, other than in making these kind of videos and talking to others about Accutane. So for me, it was an incredible experience. I'm not here to endorse Accutane. I just want to give my own personal story to help others. Did you wear makeup while you were on Accutane? Yes, absolutely. I could not go without wearing makeup. As you can tell, even in this video where I'm trying to show my skin, I kept my eye and lipstick on. So yes, I wore makeup. I wore foundation. I used the NARS, sorry, what's it called? The NARS Glow, the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in Deauville when I was on Accutane, and I loved it. It was a great sheer moisturizing foundation. So that's what I used. Did you use your Clarisonic while on Accutane? Yes, I did. It's technically not recommended, but I felt it helped get off some of the flakiness that I was experiencing because it is microdermabrasion. I wouldn't use it for the full 60 seconds. I would just put it on my problem areas to kind of slough off dead skin cells. But yes, I personally did, but only on a rare occasion. And now, of course, I'm back to using it every day or as often as I can. So last question. How old do you have to be to go on Accutane? Now, I do not have the specific answer to this question. I was 21 years old when I went on Accutane, and I can say for a fact that I wish I would have gone on it earlier, personally. I feel like there was a lot of years I suffered from acne that I really didn't need to, but it is important to try a lot of things before you try Accutane because, for example, if Proactive is going to clear up your acne, you don't need to go on a severe drug for Accutane. If you have moderate, mild acne, it's really not what you need. So I've heard people that are 13 that are on Accutane. I've heard people that are 40. So that would be something that you need to discuss with your doctor. But I will say that your doctor is going to make it difficult for you to get on Accutane if you are young or if you have really not tried everything because of the implications Accutane can have and the very severe side effects. Let me see. I think that was all of the questions. I hope that this helped you guys out if you had questions about Accutane. I tried to answer the majority of questions that I received on a day-to-day basis about Accutane. All I can say is that my skin has never looked better and I've never been happier. But Accutane is a very serious drug and you need to think it through before you start. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. I do videos about skincare, hair tutorials, makeup, and fashion. So if you're interested in those kinds of things, I would love it if you would subscribe. And thanks again for watching. Bye.